In this video, we're going to discuss how to map your route schedule. What that means is we're going to take these stops you see in front of you and give them stop numbers, having our Google mapping system optimize the best path for your drivers to take. It all starts by coming to the route schedule first. So just click the route schedule button. And from here, you want to push this map button. When I click map, you're going to get a couple of options. This pop-up is asking you, select yes to sync the route schedule only, or select no to sync customer information and the route schedule. Every time you push this mapping button, the system needs to do a sync. It needs to update the mapping system with the new route schedule stops and any new customers that may have been added to the system. Given the fact that this can take some time to sync, you got a couple of options when it comes to syncing this. The first one is saying yes to only sync the route schedule. This is handy in the event that you have not added any new customers, just new route stops, or you've made changes to the route stop. For instance, maybe you changed Angel City store from R1 to R2. You just need to sync routes. You'll want to select no to sync customer information and the route schedule when you have a new customer entered in and a new route stop. So it'll do both customers and route stops. Additionally, I'm going to say no to this right now. Additionally, let's say, for instance, you only wanted to sync one route. This will also significantly reduce the syncing time by first choosing the route and the date you're looking to map. So under the assigned to and the assigned date, when you have this selected, only this route for this day will be synced to the mapping system, ignoring all other stops and all other dates on the route schedule. So that's also handy in reducing syncing time, syncing exactly what you need. So once you do that, you can click the map button, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to sync both. For me, it's a pretty quick sync. I only have a couple of stops. Once it's done syncing, you're going to see the mapping system open up. Once the mapping system opens up, you're going to be brought to this screen you see in front of you. Now, if you just did a sync recently and you know that there's nothing new that has to be entered into the mapping system, maybe you did the sync this morning and no new customers and no new route stops have been added to the route schedule, you don't need to sync again. What I would do is simply bookmark the mapping system. This way you can always access the mapping system without waiting for the system to actually do a sync. But in either case, once the sync is completed, this is where you're going to end up in our mapping system. We've moved you'll find that the customers that are needing to be geocoded will be found on the home screen. Please watch our previous video on how to geocode your customers. This video, we're going to assume your customers have been geocoded, like you see right over here. I have no customers that need to be geocoded. If you do, push the geocode customers button, and the system will take that address and convert it into a latitude and longitude for mapping purposes. Just a note and a reminder that this list will only show you customers who have bad addresses that are on the route schedule. Only customers that are on the route schedule will appear here. Once this list is empty and you verify that there are no customers that need to be geocoded, we can now start mapping. We're going to come over here where it says route mapping. And now you'll see that we have the map show up. All you now have to do is choose your route. You can map by frequency. You can also map by zone if you have zone set up on the desktop software. And you can map by zip code. And then you choose your date range. Right now, I want to map R1, I believe, for the 21st. You can also click this little drop down here, and you'll get a calendar. Then we're going to push optimize routes. and you're going to see the system start to place stops on the route schedule. And that's it. You now have the stop optimized. If you go to the Directions tab, here you'll get your turn-by-turn directions, along with a print button to print out your directions. And on the stops page, this is where you can override the optimization method that Google has suggested. Maybe you don't want stop 2 to be stop 2. Maybe you want it to be stop 1. This was the original stop number from the desktop, which we had none at the moment. This is the optimized stop that Google suggested. And then here is the stop that you can override. If you want to make it stop 3, just make it stop 3. And this one will be stop 2. And now you have your new stop orders. So you can simply override whichever one you like. And then you can click, and then you'll have to click Save Route Order. Even if you don't mess with these optimization numbers or these route numbers, these stop numbers, once you're done mapping, you'll want to push Save Route Order anyway. And that's it. Your last step is to come back to the desktop software, and you want to bring these stop numbers back to the desktop. So I'm going to push the map button one more time, and I'm going to say yes, only sync the route schedule. I don't have to sync customers right now. I just want to bring the stop numbers back to the desktop. So we'll give it a moment. If you see this not responding and it looks like this is very normal. The system is syncing. You just got to give it a moment, and you'll find that just like now, the system has brought in the stop numbers. And that's how you map your stops. That's all I have for you today, guys. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.